Alright, guys, welcome back. So we're just gonna watch something from I think it's called More Pals or Paz. I'm not sure where he got the name from, but he's an Australian YouTuber, so he's got a few interesting shorts we're gonna watch. I'll try to get this around about half an hour, if I can. We'll see how we go. Let's watch his shorts. Shorts. He's got a lot of shorts, so we're gonna have to start watching them, and hopefully we can go backwards. So we'll see what this one's about. This frog breaks its own. Oh boy, I don't like the sound of that.
This frog deliberately breaks its own bones. But why? Well, you see, this is a hairy frog found on the west coast of Africa, and the reason it hits a brutality on itself, ironically enough, is self-defense. You see, these
Okay, I'm not sure how that's self-defense,
guys
but whatever.
are small, coming in at an incredibly respectable 3 to 5 inches, and tipping the scales at only 150
Oh god,
grams.
that's light.
It's a problem, because they also inhabit the ecological equivalent of a fucking FromSoft game.
Damn.
Africa is one of the only places in the world that gives Australia a run for its money. With
Of
this frog
course.
here having to avoid birds, snakes, and rats on his walk to work. Now, in order to avoid this scenario, most frogs either run a high-level stealth build or dress up like a fucking highlighter and cover themselves in everyone's favourite liquid.
Yeah, that sounds
the hairy
right.
frog has read one too many X-Men comics.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Because this thing actually has another name. The fucking Wolverine frog.
Why? Oh,
These
okay.
little guys have claws, but not traditional claws like a cat's, which are made of keratin and freely extend and retract without an issue. No, instead, the finger bones on a hairy frog's hind legs are held in place by a small bone at the tip of their fingers. And when threatened,
Okay.
they snap the longer bone off the tip and through their
Okay.
skin. And then, new weapon acquired, they employ the London self-defense strategy. This frog, this is one of the oldest creatures
Alright, that was a funny one. Now, this one's interesting.
on the planet.
So not all the animals he does, guys, are Australian. A lot of them are, but trust me, there's a lot of them that are not.
Pokemon! We got a boomer! Introducing the horseshoe crab, found under the sea in the Atlantic, Indian, and Pacific Oceans. And when I said old, I didn't mean individually. These little guys disconnect from the server at around age 40. And as far as their actual lives go, they're kind of boring. They're bottom feeders with zero offensive capability, and the only reason they have a tail is that without it, they would die if you flipped them onto their backs.
Okay, like a turtle. So they're basically like a turtle. They get on their side, on their backs, they kind of suffer. I think turtles can get on this back on their right end, but I think it takes a lot.
No, when I say old, I mean as a species. Because
Okay.
these things are walking fossils that have been running the exact
Same build.
basic ass build, completely unchanged for millions of years. How many millions? Well, here is a list of events that this little guy's family tree has lived through.
Alright.
The fall of Rome, the evolution of humankind.
Alright, now we're getting
Go
along.
back, I want to be monkey. The Ice Age.
Oh, God.
Tossing a rock at the big ass lizards. Hell, this little fucker watched the first fish crawl onto
Man, he's one old creature, guys.
land and was underwater when the first tree spawned. But I think
Of course you put the Minecraft tree in it.
the best way I can put this into perspective is that not unlike the way the Earth orbits the Sun orbits the Milky Way.
Yep, it takes about 240 million years, I believe, or galactic year.
This process takes around 225 million years.
I'm pretty sure it's longer than that. Let me check. I don't believe that. Sorry, I'm checking it right now. Goodness gracious, I wish I didn't have my drink in front of me. And the cables are in front of me too, they're in the way. Ah, okay. So it takes anywhere between 225 million years to 250 million years. So his answer's not wrong. Mine's answer's not wrong. Interesting. Okay, cool. But I guess both. I guess we're both right in that instance. All right, let's get back to it.
To complete. The horseshoe crab has done it twice. This plant
Ah, yes, this plant's got an interesting story, guys. It's funny-ish. Funny, but watch this.
explodes.
Literally.
Right, well, you see, this is a squirting cucumber. Stop giggling. I see you laughing. Stop it. This is serious. These things are found worldwide.
If it's serious, why am I so funny? Sorry, I'm cracking up myself. I love this. It's funny.
And to understand where this thing got its name, you need to understand how most plants spread their seeds. You see,
Oh,
most
God.
of the time, plants store their seeds in their fruit.
Yes, I know.
Birds then swoop down, grab their food at the drive-thru, eat it, and fuck off. They then digest the flesh of the fruit, but shit out the seeds. Seeds hit the ground, get fertilized, and the cycle begins anew. But the squirter is poisonous. Every single part of the plant is toxic, so if Tweety here eats it, he's going to become a KFC family bucket. So if that's the case,
Oh.
how does it
I could really go for something KFC, guys. It's like 10:20 at night here.
spread its seed? Well, same way you do.
That's just, oh, okay, that's a bit graphic.
You see, the cuke stores its seeds in the fruits as well, but the fruits are made up of very soft cells, and as they grow, they slowly fill with moisture. This moisture causes them to swell and inflate, increasing pressure
I see where this is going.
inside of the fruit. That pressure
Fields.
builds. The fruit stretches.
I get the
until
point.
Finally, all that pressure is too much for the stem to bear, and it pops out like the pin in a grenade. With that opening, all those seeds and all that pressure finally has somewhere to go. So, in order to spread its seed far and wide, it busts. These spiders are scary.
Ah, I knew we were getting to the spiders, guys. Yeah, we've got a bit of a spider fetish, I think, because there's a lot of them.
But hey, at least they can't get you in the water, right?
Wrong. Not in
Yeah, that
not our
thing there
country.
is a fishing spider, native to the land down under, because of course it fucking is. You may be wondering why the fuck this thing is pulling a Jesus. Well, you see, fishing spiders have no webs, which means they can't just wait for a fly to clothesline itself when they're hungry. No, when they want to feed, they gotta hop in the ute, drive down to the waterfront, and get ready to do some serious fishing. The last I checked, spiders
I
can't.
gotta be honest, I love his clips. He does really good. I think for shorts, he does very good shorts. I've never watched his streams, but his shorts are a killer.
Down to BCF and buy a fishing rod. Now, these little guys need to get hands-on, or should I say feet, because they start their hunt by resting their forelegs on the water's surface. These legs are covered in incredibly sensitive hairs, which detect tiny little ripples and vibrations from the water, basically giving them their prey's fucking IP address.
Yep.
Not only finding their location, but also doxing what fucking species it is.
That's
Uncooked
pretty
fish
impressive.
are located. All that's left to do is, go out and grab him. But, how? Well, no, he's not wearing 4 pairs of Frostwalker boots. Those long legs are also coated in hydrophobic hair. This allows them to put their weight on the water without breaking the surface tension. This means that when they see their prey, they can simply Jesus towards it at Mach 5 and fucking grab it.
Goodness gracious.
Fighting it with venomous fangs that inject, you guessed it,
Yeah.
Say the line, bud.
Neurotoxin, isn't it?
neurotoxin.
Yep, neurotoxin.
And
His favourite toxin.
sterilized, they drag it back to the shore and have a feed. Wait, this one's too small, we gotta throw him back.
Be free.
spiders are scary. But hey, this is the world's deadliest tree.
Of course it is.
Introducing the manchineal tree, found in the United States of America
Of
and
course.
the Caribbean. And you may be wondering, what makes it so deadly? And the answer is that when growing this thing, God used the same design philosophy that Miyazaki uses when he puts a swamp in a FromSoft game. Because even thinking about the fucking thing will poison you. Leave me alone!
Of course it will.
The entire tree, from root to stem, contains more toxicity than a league lobby, and that starts with the sap. This thick, sticky, white substance is not only found inside the tree, but thinly coats the entire thing, not unlike the sock under your bed.
Hey, you know, I take offense to that. My sock's not that dirty. And then again, I never. It takes me like a month to clean them, so who knows?
This is a problem because it contains 3 separate toxins that
Of course it does.
will seep into your system if you so much as f***ing brush the thing, causing severe itching, swelling, and chemical burns.
I think it's just because of allergies.
Getting toxic shock from just touching the thing isn't enough for you? Well, you'll be happy to know that eating the fruit on it can just kill you.
Of course it can.
Yeah, what the sap does to your skin, the fruit essentially does to your throat and internal organs. So
Of course
just
it
a
does.
few bites of Satan's apple here will cause you to start choking before you experience the worst stomach pain of your entire life, collapse to the ground, puke your guts up, and then start shitting them out. But the f***ed up part is even if you don't eat the fruit or touch the tree, it can still poison you.
Of course it
How?
does.
Well, let's say you're walking outside and suddenly it starts pissing down with rain. Thinking quickly, you run for cover under the branches of a tree, a manchineal tree. The rain hits the leaves and the branches of the tree, mixes with the toxic sap, and then falls directly onto your fucking head. This tree grows grenades. You see, this is a sandbox tree, native to South America, and before
I wonder if that's where they got the idea for sandbox games, guys.
we even address the frag grenades growing in the branches,
I don't want to know about it.
we are going to start at the bottom of the tree because I feel it's important that you understand that this tree was designed from the roots up by God himself to f***ing hurt you.
Oh, of course it
Growing
was.
up to a staggering 60 meters in height. The first
Damn.
phase of the f***ing boss fight that is this tree is the giant inch-long rock-solid bark combat knives covering the thing from
Yeah, it would be
top to
pretty
bottom.
silly to climb that tree.
Now, if Groot's cousin, being armed like the average British resident, was not enough to stop you from getting too close, touching the tree will immediately make you realise it is not ribbed for your pleasure. It's for your f***ing poison. Yep, as if the spikes weren't enough, the sap of the sandbox tree is very f***ing toxic. Causing
Oh, yeah, I
itching
bet
and
it is.
rashes on contact, and if you some f***ing how get it into your eye, it will temporarily blind you.
I'm not shocked to hear that.
Pales in comparison to what you came here for. The reason, the other name for this thing is the fucking dynamite tree. The fruit. You see, these fruits aren't meant to be eaten. In fact, they're poisonous.
Of
Put
course
it in
they
your
are.
mouth, you'll cramp up, vomit, and shit yourself.
The same
they are
old
made
shit.
to spread the seeds of the sandbox tree in the most American way humanly possible. Explosions. The fruits are basically seed-filled time bombs. As once mature, they begin to dry out.
Uh-oh.
As they dry, they shrink, and they slowly begin bending against their stems. The tension gets too high, snaps the fibers, holding it against the stem, and the whole thing explodes like a frag grenade, sending seeds flying up to 240 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, no. Damn, that's one
This
powerful tree.
This turtle breathes through its butt. No, this is not a joke. This is a Fitzroy River turtle, native to the land down under, and as with most of the found in God's drafts folder, its existence begs a single question.
Why?
Fucking why? Well, these little guys are freshwater bottom feeders, snatching and consuming the children of aquatic insects and munching down on the occasional ribbonweed salad. And as with most river turtle species, this requires them to spend most of their time in the water.
Yeah.
Rather than doing what most turtles do and developing an insane lung capacity, the Fitzroy decided to evolve a set of gills alongside
Which it would
their
be
lungs
sound good.
to allow them to stay underwater.
I mean, by paper, it sounds like a good idea to have gills from being underwater for so long, but I'm not too sure if they put it in the right spot.
For 3 weeks at a time.
Hello, how are you?
3 weeks later.
I am under the water.
However, when placing the gills, God was absolutely fucking plastered. And instead of placing them on the neck like a normal animal, he slipped on a beer can and not only placed them on its ass, but inside of it.
Ew.
And you know what makes this even worse? Turtles do not have a single purpose hole like you or me.
Of course they
have
don't.
a cloaca, which is the fucking Swiss Army knife of holes. This
Oh,
means
God.
that Fitzroy River turtles shit, piss, breathe, and fucking mate out of the same hole. This turtle breathes through its butt.
I had to keep that one. All right, let's get going.
Australia has
All right, so where are we up to? 17 minutes. We're doing pretty good, guys. I mean, I want to watch all these videos, so there might be a few episodes. So I don't know how long it's going to go. But yeah, I thought we'd put something out, something fun. And I enjoy his content, so...
dancing spiders. Allow me to introduce you to the land down under's most fabulous arachnid, the peacock spider. Now, this 8-legged pride flag is not remotely dangerous to humans. It's got full venom, tiny fangs, and as far as size goes, they're the spider equivalent of a fucking gnome. What makes these little guys interesting is their love lives. You see, not unlike normal peacocks, it's only the males of the species that are running the RGB gamer lives.
Of course.
But why are they built like a Razer laptop? Well, because spiders can't just post up with a dead fly on Tinder and start swiping. No, the boys here have to attract a lady the old-fashioned way. Shake an ass. You see, in order to find a mate, peacock spiders head out to the club and find a lady across the dance floor. They then lock eyes with her, and as the song changes, they raise that coloured dump truck to the sky, start playing Dance Dance f***ing Revolution.
I'm trying to keep my composure.
Now, as he dances, the female spider watches very closely, not only paying attention to the movements of the dance, but also the fucking vibrations. And if our protagonist here can nail Osu Valentine's Edition just right, the female spider will slowly approach, lean in for a kiss, and... But, here's the thing. If he f***ed up the dance, he fails the charisma check.
Uh-oh.
And if he f***s the charisma check, he's no longer boyfriend material. He's a f***ing Happy Meal.
Oh, God.
Australia just found a new insect.
Who's that Pokemon?
Why am I not surprised to hear that? I mean, we're full of insects, and not even just insects, obviously reptiles and spiders and all that kind of stuff.
And in a certified Australia moment, it is unironically called the f***ing Lucifer bee. Because of course we have the Satan bee. The snakes and the spiders and the f***ing dinosaurs weren't enough. No. Now I gotta dodge a rejected doom enemy on my walk to Earth. Discovered in the closest climate to hell on Earth, Western Australia, these bad boys were named after the Lord of Hell for 2 reasons. The first of which being the giant fucking demon horns bolted to their heads. Now,
Yeah,
those
that's a
horns
good start, I
aren't
guess.
there to look scary. They're actually a defensive mechanism to protect the demon bees from bigger predators.
Oh, great.
However, only the ladies of the species stay strapped, as the horns are only found on females, meaning a more accurate name for these absolute girl bosses is the Karlak bee. But a pair of spirit Halloween horns can't be the only reason they're named after the devil, right? I mean, there's gotta be f***ing something else. Like, do they spit fire? Maybe they've got a pitchfork for a stinger that injects you with f***ing acid venom. The answer to that is, no. It's a normal f***ing honeybee. The actual reason is that lead researcher, Dr. Kit Prendergast, was watching the f***ing Netflix show.
Biggest cock I've ever seen.
And this isn't even the first time she's done something like this. She named another species after her pet dog. F***ing based.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Australia, that isn't
Oh, here we go.
tree. It's a f***ing bird. Introducing the tawny frogman.
You can see it if you look
a
at it.
bird found in the land down under, and Australia's very own avian equivalent of a maxed out Skyrim stealth build. Now, you may be
Ouch.
thinking to yourself, well, it can't be that stealthy. I can see it.
Yeah, you can see it, but that's only because I've seen this a few times, so obviously you know where it is. You can see it. You can see it there, and there's also another one just under it.
Yeah, you can. You can see that one. Did you see the one right f***ing next to it?
Told ya.
Now,
As I said, I've
the
already seen
important
this, so.
question is, why the f*** do these things have predator camo? Well, there's two reasons. First of all being, it's f***ing Australia. You see, these bad boys are primarily nocturnal, staying on the move
Definitely.
during the night and dive bombing unaware insects to meet their bulking goals.
That looks like
However,
me
that
when I'm.
means that during the day, they sleep. And in a country where at any point you can be bitten, mauled, stung, or fucking drop kicked to death, laying down in the wrong spot can turn a short nap into the forever sleep. So, in order to prevent themselves from becoming an item on a Snake's KFC order, these tactical chickens evolved the ghillie suit to basically allow them to fucking disappear.
Wow.
Being practically invisible allows them to unlock their second passive,
Uh-oh.
fucking DoorDash. You see, these guys are so fucking good at cosplaying a stick that not only do predators mistake them for Groot, but so does their prey. And so, whenever they take a nap, they just leave their mouths open a little bit. And whenever some poor ant just tries to walk his way to work, he instead DoorDashes himself directly into its fucking mouth.
Ouch. Okay.
That, I want you to imagine you're cave diving. You turn
Yep.
the corner and see a spider web the size of the fucking wall.
That's a
I'm
lot of
regret to
web.
inform you that no, this is not fake. This is an actual photo from the inside of a cave on the Greek-Albanian border, where
Thank God
scientists
it's not in
have
Australia.
discovered the world's largest spider web, located in a portion of the cave crammed to the brim with sulfur that has quite literally never seen the light of God. This wall of white sticky stuff spans 1,100
Oh, boy.
square fucking feet. That is the
What
size
the-
of a two-bedroom fucking house. However, finding the average Australian home on the wall of a cave at Y11 brings up a far scarier question.
Who made it?
What the fuck built it? Well, to the relief of many, no, we did not discover a giant spider lair. Nor is this the result of a single spider with creative mode and world edit. No, it's far fucking worse. Because this web is the arachnid equivalent
I think many of them
the
made.
boys on for a 2-week Minecraft phase. Because this web is a collaborative effort. It was built by 111,000
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
I want you to imagine you're cave diving.
Oh,
you turn
God.
the corner and see this pond is hiding something
Oh,
scary.
I think. Yeah.
No, not that. It's
No, but that is scary for a lot of people.
It's worse. You see, these are cranberries, a small red fruit used in juice, sauces,
You
and
know, to be honest, I never knew how they made cranberry, but now I do.
even alcohol. However, unlike many fruits which grow in luscious green fields, cranberries grow in a fucking swamp. However, sharing a postcode with Shrek doesn't exempt cranberries from pest control issues. But rather than dumping enough toxic chemicals on the cranberry bog to qualify it as a League of Legends lobby,
Oh god.
cranberry farmers decided to use a more interesting form of pest control.
Spiders, I think.
Wolf spiders. That's right, in order to prevent a horde of bugs from devouring these innocent cranberries, our brave hell spiders are deployed to the field to protect against the horde. Which works great. Until they flood the fields to harvest the cranberries, at which point the highly venomous wolf spiders start to look for the closest high point. And if you're picking the berries, that's you. This pond is hiding.
Oh, give me a moment, guys. I've got to go to the toilet. God damn it. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to go to the
This
toilet.
shrimp has
Oh.
a gun. No, this isn't a Fortnite skin. This is a real f***ing animal, and it's called the pistol shrimp. Now, unsurprisingly, being named after a firearm, of course it's f***ing native to the United States of America. Where the f*** else do you think you were going to find it? However, they can actually be found expressing their Second Amendment rights over the majority of the globe too. Now, coming in at a huge 2 inches, it is not the size of his body that makes him special, but the caliber of the big iron on his hip. Or should I say big claw? You see,
Why would you do that?
oversized right pincher isn't just because he forgot to, switch hands while doing homework. No, mate, that claw is basically fucking Mega Man's arm cannon. But last I checked, they can't call in an ammo resupply under the sea. So how does the claw become a gun? The answer is bubble. You see, these bad boys hunt smaller shrimp, and they start that hunt by jumping off the f***ing battle bus and looking for prey. Once they get within effective range, they will literally cock their claw like the hammer on a revolver. Weapon ready, they line up the shot, take aim, and
Fire.
counter-terrorists win. They snap their claws together so f***ing fast, it causes an underwater vacuum, creating an explosive cavitation bubble hotter than the surface of the sun. This bubble is then launched at the enemy at over 100k an hour. The bubble then connects with the smaller shrimp and f***ing flashbangs it. This either kills it outright or stuns it long enough to be consumed. Poor little fucker got quick-scoped by Faye Shrimp. Aussie farmers thought they were...
All right, guys. So I'm going to watch number 2, I think. This one and next one. Then we'll finish up. We'll see how it went. If it went well, guys, I might do a second one. Maybe the rest of them, because I don't think he's got that many.
being attacked by aliens. But what was actually causing it is so much funnier. This is a wallaby, the kangaroo's vertically challenged little cousin. Now, to get a little more specific, this is a Bennett's wallaby, native to my home state of Tasmania.
Of course.
That location is very important to the story. Tassie is home to a lot of things. Beautiful views, a seal with a felony record, and the nut. However, one thing they tend to leave off the tourism brochures is drugs.
Oh, God.
Tasmania is the world's largest exporter of legal opium.
Of course it is.
The main ingredient in opioid painkillers like morphine, with this one tiny island producing 50% of global supply. Now,
God damn it.
opium comes from poppy milk, and to get poppy milk, you need to milk poppies. And to produce that 50% of global supply, Tasmanian farmers grow huge fields of these things across
I
the
bet
northern
they do.
state. However, because throwing these flowers into a crafting table gives you narcotics, these fields are legally required to be under extremely tight security, which is
Of
why
course.
these same poppy farmers became extremely confused when crop circles showed up in the plant equivalent of a Town Hall 9 Clash of Clans.
All right. I'd like to know how they got there. I mean, maybe UFOs. It could be UFOs. I don't think it is, but who knows?
Space. They were understandably absolutely bewildered by this, and some people even thought it was aliens. So to figure out whether or not it was a Halo Elite drawing this they set up some cameras. And what they saw was this little breaking into the field, eating the milk-filled buds, getting absolutely eyed, and then hopping in circles until he passed the out.
Ah.
They thought the Covenant were invading, and it was a drink-driving wallaby. Aussie farm.
I don't know. I don't know. Some of these animals.
Australia just found a new shark. And of course, being from the land down under, it's fucking weird. Introducing the brand new Western Australian lantern shark. As the name suggests, discovered by a team of scientists off the
In
coast
Western
of
Australia.
Now, as with the overwhelming majority of weird shit in the ocean, the Ozempic shark here is found in the deep sea, sharing a postcode with the anglerfish, that one xenomorph shark, and now,
What the hell that is?
Shark, making most people think of something a little closer in size to, I don't know, Bruce. Slenderman's fish sonar over here only grows up to 30 centimeters.
All right, it's pretty
This little
small.
guy shares a weight class with a fucking foot long. But I mean, honestly, I
Personally, I think the footlong's got a better chance.
still personally think 30 centimeters is way too big. He could be just as good as the other sharks if he was, let's just say 3 inches. However, other than being built like a fishy USB cable and owning a property in rock bottom, what makes him so weird? Simple. He fucking glows.
And there it is.
But fucking why? Well, you see, these bad boys are found in the twilight zone of the ocean, around 1.2 kilometers below the surface. A place so fucking far down, it sees less sunlight than the inside of a gacha addict's room.
God damn.
And so, lantern sharks evolved bioluminescence on their gills and fins in order to fucking communicate with one another. The glow is the evolutionary equivalent of a fucking indicator, showing that a literal abyss shark is more intelligent than your average BMW driver.
You know, stop it
there
watching
is a
number one.
competition.
Okay, maybe not. We'll watch this one next time, guys. Let's see how much we got. How many did we watch anyway? Go back to his channel. We did watch a bit, so be nice if it would tell me what how many of them were watched. You should have something there saying watch. Okay, there. How many? Oh crap! He's got hundreds. It'll take a while to watch them all, but you never know. Might do parts like once a week or something. Yeah, so that was that one, guys. That was an interesting one. I just need to watch something different. Next video, I don't know what the next video is going to be. If it's going to be a normal vlog video, or I'm going to start talking shit about Australia. Of course, there's a few videos that are out that I'm going to be talking about now. I'm from Australia, so I can. Well, not so much shit about Australia. I take that back. Not Australia directly, the government. Mostly the government, because the government sucks so badly. But I want to see what's going on, so I'll probably make that the next video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Cheers.